Hello, my friends, and welcome to She's on the Money. I am Victoria Devine, and around here, we are all about making money a little less overwhelming. We have a community of more than 300,000 people. We have podcasts and blogs. We also have freebies like budgeting tools and investing cheat sheets to help you feel more in control of your financial future.
She's on the
Money.
She's on the money.
My name's Natasha Bamblett. I'm a proud First Nations woman and I'm here to acknowledge country. Hello, beautiful friends. We gather on the lands of the Aboriginal people. We thank, acknowledge and respect the Aboriginal people's land that we're gathering on today. Take pleasure in all the land and respect all that you see. She's on the Money podcast acknowledges culture, country, community and connections, bringing you the tools, knowledge and resources for you to thrive.
Hello and welcome to She's on the Money, the podcast that's here to show you that investing isn't just for the rich, it is for you too. If you're ready to start investing but you're thinking, where do I even begin? This one is for you. Or maybe you've already bought an ETF, or maybe you already own a few direct shares and you now have like a portfolio that feels a little bit random. You're not sure if it's diversified. It just feels a little bit chaotic. You're not totally clear on what you're building and you're just excited to be starting to invest. And honestly, girl, you are not alone. We have all been there. So today we are giving your investing strategy a glow up. We are breaking down one of the easiest ways to build a portfolio that actually works. I'm Victoria Devine and I am a retired financial advisor who is wildly passionate about getting more women just like you to start building wealth through investing. And with me today is someone who has quickly become a favorite in our podcast episodes, especially our investing episodes.
I'm also a favorite in The Office.
Oh, your favorite in The Office? That's nice. That's
I'm the
nice.
personality hire.
You are smart, you are strategic, and
Are you flirting with me?
I am trying really hard to. Yes, please don't tell my husband. And you have built an investing portfolio that could have you retiring by the time you are 35. Miss Brooke Green, welcome back to the show.
Thank you for the roll of the R. I feel like I miss Jessica Ricci.
Jessica Ricci.
It's Ricky.
Everybody says that, but like every time you slide into my DMs and tell me that I'm saying Jess's name wrong, cheers for the engagement. Like, thank you. I appreciate
As an Italian.
it. Do you think that I am doing that accidentally?
No.
It's not an accident.
She's engagement farming. She's aura farming.
Yes, she's aura farming. I have to say, our community loves hearing about your investing journey. I think the idea of hearing from someone who is a salaried employee who is working towards this.
I'm working 9 to 5.
Yeah, but it's also just really empowering because it's one thing to hear from me and then people go, but like that's kind of not as relatable. You're a business owner and like you have so many different elements and things going on. I think having somebody who's walking the walk that really is relatable to our community is just making sense. And we've had so many messages from people and you've been in the messages as well because you just like reading about yourself. From people saying how inspired they are by what you've built, especially knowing that you didn't start out with a finance degree or a massive inheritance. You were just like really consistent and really clear about your vision.
Yes.
But today we're not going to be talking about like the outcome or the results or performance. We are actually getting into something a little bit more gritty and we're going to talk about strategy behind it.
Yep.
And we're going to talk about a specific strategy that I believe both you and I employ.
Yes.
Are you excited for this?
I am.
Now, Brooke, I would say, having poured over your investment portfolio, because I am nothing if not pervy, I feel like
it's ingrained in us to be nosy.
Yeah, and like that's cool. That's market research.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So if you guys want to send in what your portfolios are, we'd love to look at them.
Yeah, absolutely. Unfortunately, I can't provide you any advice.
No, but we
on
will
your
just
portfolio.
go, thank you for showing me.
Yeah, thank you. It's like gossip.
Yeah.
And the best type of gossip is about other people that I have nothing to do with.
Yes, anonymous gossip.
But your portfolio is relatively impressive.
Thank you.
Was that always the case?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
This is boring.
I'm the average retail investor. Like my portfolio was really boring and probably stupid. If a financial advisor looked at it the day that I started investing,
I would have been proud.
You would have been like, bro, what are you doing? But that's okay.
She's a chaos investor.
Absolutely.
We've all got to
do
start
the best.
somewhere.
Yeah, we do the best with the information that we have at the time. And then as we get more educated, we make better decisions that align with our financial goals.
And we have to make some cleanup.
Yeah, and that's okay. We can't be perfect.
No, and I think so many people are so scared to start investing because they're so worried that they'll make the wrong decision. They're like, what if I have to sell it?
You'll never be perfect. There's no right time to start.
Clean up on aisle 13. It's all good.
Just try.
you know what, you can sell something and you can get into something else, but like
And
at
you
least
can rebuy what you used to have. If you sell something, you make a mistake, you can try again.
I've done that.
Yeah, it's
I've done that.
fine
I
with
have
your
had,
paradigm.
I've had, shut up, I'm not getting rid of paradigm. I have had sell down regret before. And I've
Yeah, it
been like,
happens to the best of us.
rude not to, I'm getting back into that. When did it actually click for you that maybe chaos investing was not for you and you needed an actual plan? Was it like you bought a couple of things and you were just hoping for the best and then you were like, hold up?
Yeah, I think realizing that, okay, well, if I'm investing in direct shares and I don't have lots of direct shares, my risk is heavily weighted in one or two things and one or two industries. They probably mirror each other. So my risk is so high, and
Confronting?
It's really confronting, and especially as like a...
Because you think you're doing a really good job and then all of a sudden you're like, what
maybe
the
I'm
heck?
not. And it's like, because I'm a salaried employee, it's like, I don't have the money to splash around. If I make the mistake, that's on me. Like, I'm up shit creek without a paddle. So I needed to make a decision that was less risky, but still going to provide me with growth options. So that's when we started employing the core versus satellite approach.
Yeah, I was going to tell them about that approach. But I guess, was there a moment in time where you were like, oh, I probably should change this? Or were you just like, oh, I'm going to slowly work towards this? Like
2020, COVID times, that was like my real like, okay, I've got nothing else to do except for TikTok and invest.
And that worked out really well for you and
TikTok
ScoMo.
worked out for me. Go follow me on TikTok at Suklin. I'm going to make that my own clip for myself. So I kind of started reading lots of investing things then. I joined 1,000,001 subreddits, as you probably already know, listened to podcasts. I listened to She's on the Money, which is so funny. Full circle. And then I kind of realized, okay.
I only indoctrinate people into my employee list if you're like in the cult already.
I would like it to be known that you followed me first.
I did. She was ScoMo girl.
I know.
You want to talk about that?
No, I don't know.
Okay, well, let's move on and talk about a core satellite approach.
So 2020, I chose that we needed to switch this up and we need to go, let's pick some core ETFs. So I tried to pick 2 or 3 that aligned to my goals. And then I did that for a while. And then I introduced the satellite approach.
Yes. So I think that that's where, thankfully, I have kind of always been placed because I worked as a financial advisor and thankfully had the education. And, you know, a lot of people are so worried that they'll make mistakes. But the reality is, like, just like Brooke, you can make mistakes.
And you can fix it.
Yeah. And it's also like not the biggest mistake because you had exposure to the market as well.
It's such a small amount of money. Like, obviously, if you're a retail investor, you're not investing $150,000. I was investing like $2,000 or $3,000. And that was over a couple of years. So like, you might think, oh, that's a lot of money, but it's like $10 a week. Yeah. So at that point, okay, great. I've only invested $2,000 or $3,000. Maybe I've lost $700. Who cares? I'd rather make the decision, sell that off, enjoy the losses for my tax return, and then begin again with an approach that makes a bit more sense for my financial future.
100%. Let's go back to, because I'm trying to make this like a little bit of a snappy episode. Because like we can yap.
We can yap, so we should.
So we're trying to get through this. Both of us have mentioned that we have a core satellite approach. Yeah. And if you're thinking, what the heck, what is going on here? What is that? Don't worry, because we are going to break that down for you. So I would say it's probably one of the most popular strategies employed by financial advisors in Australia. Yep. Like when I talk to other financial advisors, we all kind of fall back onto the core satellite approach. And it sounds a lot more fancy than it is, but like when we talk about core satellite, it's literally core, like think about the moon, and that's where majority of your investments are going to sit. And then there's literally a satellite and it's really small and it floats around. But it's really
Space Station.
Yeah, it's the International Space Station. We don't know what the hell's going on there. That's why we don't invest.
We're trying.
Yeah, we don't invest heaps, but it like sits a little bit separate and that's where we can play.
That's our fun money.
There's nothing on the moon.
No.
It's kind of boring and it should be boring because that's what a good investment strategy is.
Low and slow.
All the fun stuff's happening at the space station.
She's spinning around and
yeah,
around.
and there's so much fun stuff going on there, but we also don't want to put all of our money there because
it's risky. We don't know what's happening over there.
Exactly. So
it's floating in space.
Why did you choose a core satellite approach?
I think I chose a core. Originally, I started with just the core, and then as it became a bit more knowledgeable and added things to my watch list and changed what I was investing in, I was like, well, I really want to try investing in thematic ETFs and some direct shares. Okay, no. But I don't want to change my actual investments. Like I really love what I've got going on here, but I still want to dabble in that. So then I started introducing every time I get paid dividends, I'd put that dividend money into a different brokerage account so that I could then go, okay, well, I will do my little satellite options over here. And then I'm hearing in the news all these fun companies adding those to my watch list. And when I was ready to buy, I'd chuck some money in. But it was not a big amount. It's under 5 to 10% of my portfolio. Like, it is not a lot of money, but it's money that I'm willing to lose because I do consider it a little bit more high risk than my core.
Yeah. And so honestly, the core satellite approach, I would say, is relatively ideal if you're a long-term buy and hold kind of investor. Like, you want something that is low maintenance but still gives you a bit of flexibility. So your core, or the moon, is where your steady, reliable growth without consistently checking in on the market happens. And then your satellites, that's where we have the fun, right? You invest in maybe something specific, or you back a theme that you care about, like your thematic ETFs, or you lean into a little bit more risk paradigm without it letting.
And that is not paying off. And that's okay, but that's the point.
But it's not hijacking my whole portfolio, and
because
it's not
it's in your
changing
satellite.
my retirement goals. So your portfolio is basically like, and I'm trying to give you so many examples so it just makes sense, like not just for you, but like for everybody. And it's like kind of like a capsule wardrobe. So like your core is your staple pieces. They're like your jeans. They're the really nice blazer that's well cut. It's a few really nice white t-shirts. Like, they're not flashy, but they're the reason that your outfit works consistently.
And then you're styling it with those little trendy pieces.
Exactly. All these core things, they literally go with everything. They hold it all together, and they make getting ready in the morning really easy, right? And then your satellite, that's kind of like your accessory. That's like the fun, trendy cardigan.
Yep.
It is
the lioness stripy top.
It's far out. Don't even get me started on that piece of content. The fun bag, the statement earrings, like, you know, a lipstick that you wear for 6 months.
It's not going to be in season forever, but
exactly.
It might work for you now.
They add personality, they add interest, but only because your basics are doing their job.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, can you imagine if you were just trendy every single season?
You would lose so much money.
You would not only lose so much money, but like, you're sick of that stuff. Yeah. Like, it's just not fun. So the goal here, we're not ditching the fun stuff. Like, we still want to have our little satellite investments, but the primary purpose would be to build a strong foundation first and then layer the extras with some intention.
Yes.
Brooke, what, in your opinion, makes a good core portfolio?
I think a portfolio that you don't have to worry about. You should not have to wake up every day and think, oh my God, the market's down, all my investments.
Why is Paradigm still not performing?
I wouldn't be investing in that. But then I feel really confident with my core portfolio. Like, if someone said to me tomorrow, what should I invest in? Not that I would ever give anyone personal advice, but I would be like, okay,
Vanguard High Growth. Is that what you're saying?
This is what I invest in. And I've invested in that since I first started investing. I feel so confident in the mission. I feel so confident in what they invest in and what's in that portfolio that I don't have to worry. Whereas my satellite options, some of them I'm worried about. Some of them I think, oh, I probably should sell that soon because I'm losing money. But that's the whole point. The core is your reliable friend.
It's meant to be a little bit fun, and it's not meant to impact the ultimate goal.
No, it's like really not going to change it. That's not going to make me a millionaire tomorrow, no. But I can have a little bit of fun. I can dabble, and I get to experience the highs and the lows of the share market. I've
got a few notes that I've written down. So like, for my core, I want it to be broadly diversified. So we're not just going into one topic. Nope. All our eggs are not in one basket. I want the fees to be relatively low. Yeah. So like, for me, that leans more into an ETF or like index funds. So like, low management costs that then don't eat up all your returns. Passive. I want them to be simple and consistent. Yep. So like, something that I can just regularly invest into, not think about too much. Like, I'm not stressed about it. No overthinking. Don't need to consistently rebalance. Obviously, it needs to be aligned to my long-term goals and my risk tolerance. So like, you know, we joked just before about Vanguard High Growth, and which we both own. And that is good for us, but like,
it might not be good for others.
If you're not a high growth girly, God, why would you even consider that?
And it would be stressful for people because high growth fluctuates as well. Even though it's still lower risk than a satellite option, it still fluctuates. Whereas those people might prefer something that is less risk, less reward.
Yeah. And then for me, at this point in my career, at this point in my life, I have realized that a set and forget strategy is just better for me.
Yeah.
Like, and it's better for most people because we don't want to over-evaluate. We don't want to have to, you know, be uncomfortable and think that we have to be in it every single day. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not a financial advisor anymore. I do not have 45 hours a week to look at investments consistently. Someone else can do that for me. So I think I just love knowing that it's doing its job over time consistently and I can rely on it. Now, we've covered the core and we're not done yet because the fun part is coming up. Like, I'm going to talk about the satellites. The space station is coming and that's coming up next. So after the break, we're going to get into satellite investments, how to use them, how to personalize your portfolio without accidentally blowing up your entire strategy. And we'll talk about, I guess, what to include, what mistakes to avoid, and how to decide if something really like deserves a spot on the satellite like space station. Because like we've talked before, Brooke, we have watch lists, like we creep on things all the time. Doesn't mean it makes it to the space station.
Heaps of things never make it off the watch list.
Absolutely. So guys, don't go anywhere. All right, we are back and it's time to talk about the space station. It is time to talk about...
She's on the space station.
She's on the satellite. So we're going to talk about satellites because that is where your portfolio gets to be a little bit interesting. You know what? Some people just have the core and they're fine with that. Like
And
they
that's
don't
so
have satellite.
fine.
You just go, I don't care, Victoria.
Yeah, and you don't have to. Like the thing is, I think for us, we have a satellite because we find the topic really
It's
interesting.
fun.
It's really fun for me. This is like a little hobby that I have.
Yeah. And I guess we mentioned earlier, like our core portfolio
Is what
doing
we're
the heavy
relying
lifting.
on. That is
Exactly.
what we care about. The
Exactly.
satellite, if they never perform, they never turn over, great. What have I lost this year? $500. I've lost $500, but the rest of my portfolio is doing what it intends to do.
Exactly. And I think it's like, how many times have you looked back at old photos and been like, what the hell am I wearing?
Why did I do my eyebrows like that?
Don't even. Like at this point,
These are tattooed on.
Exactly. Like I am committed to the eyebrows, so we won't go there. But like you look back on things and go, why did I pick that? And that's why I don't want satellite to be your entire strategy. Now, satellite, obviously, and I'm just going to hound this again, it makes up a much smaller part of your portfolio. So like think 5 to some people have 30%. I don't know about you, mine. Or if I like group in my satellite stuff, I would say that it's maximum 10%. But like even of that, there's some pretty conservative like satellites and I just like group in my individual. I group in my individual shares into that. So like everything else is an ETF.
Yeah.
But it depends on how much risk you want to take on. And they are, I guess, best used to complement your core. We're not competing with our core.
No.
And that's why we also want to make sure like we fully understand what's in our ETFs. Because if you're like super passionate about Apple and you're like, I want that as part of my satellite strategy, she's going to the space station. Girl, what if you already own it in 2 ETFs? Like that just feels like a bit redundant. Like, yes, you like following it, but like.
It's in your mode.
Yeah, sorry, it's in the moat. So what actually counts as a satellite? It could be what you were talking about before, Brooke. So like a thematic ETF, like one that focuses on clean energy or tech innovation, or like you are talking about crypto infrastructure.
Yeah.
It could be a few individual shares in companies you genuinely believe in. It honestly could be crypto.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people are like, Victoria,
Gold.
do you like crypto? And I'm kind of like, well, it's not really my journey, but if you want to own it, I would be having it as a satellite. It like fits in there as opposed to your core. And basically it's the stuff that like reflects your goals and your values and something that you just like want a little bit of
individual
exposure to. Like it's where the tea lives. So what kind of things are in your satellite right now?
At the moment, a lot of my satellite is in America. I can give you some examples and some of them are random and I've lost money on them. That's why they're in my satellite. But they are just things that I'm interested in. I like to pretty much just invest in companies that I care about. So some things that are in my satellite include Beyond, which I'm pretty sure is like the Beyond Beef, like the vegan foods. That's down like 97%, okay? So not an investing god. A company called GRVY. I can't even remember why I invested in that, but I did.
Because it sounds like gravy.
It sounds like gravy and it's up 130%.
So you're investing in fake meat and then gravy.
Yep, I've got Novo Nordisk. I've got Reddit, which is up really well. Like I love Reddit. You know me, I talk about it all the time, but I really believe in that. So it's in my satellite. Yeah. I've got Tesla, which I don't necessarily believe in it at the moment. I'm more a BYD girl, but I still have it. So I'm not going to sell it just yet because it's lost some money. So I'm going to wait a little bit. I've got Apple, like really just.
But that's the fun stuff.
It's the fun stuff. And then, I add things in all the time. Like we did a watch list episode. Don't know if this will be out before that. But some of the things on the watch list, maybe they'll be coming off, maybe they'll be part of my satellite. But these are like risky things that I'm almost, it's not a bet, but I'm putting my money there going,
what's going on?
I think this might pay off and I care about it. So I'm going to try.
Yeah. I feel like one of the best things about this core satellite strategy is that it actually makes investing feel relatively simple. Like it kind of takes the pressure off. Like, girl, you can still have fun, but let's just like build our little financial house first, make sure she's safe at home, and then we can go out to play because we still have a home to come back to.
Yep.
And you're not making hundreds of decisions every year about every time you want to invest and what that looks like. And is that worth rebalancing right now? Oh my God, it's gotten ahead of me. I don't know what that looks like. Like you've got a lot more structure, but even with a really solid strategy, there are a few things that I want you to be mindful of. And like Brooke's here to talk about the fun stuff and I'm here to be like, oh, let's get our shit together. Also, I feel like I have to put my like responsible ex-financial advisor hat on and be like, there's like some things that
you should consider
are really important. And when you're following a core satellite strategy, I want to know from your perspective before I dive in, what do you think more people need to be more mindful of? Like what are things that you don't want to be doing?
I think you shouldn't put all of your eggs in one basket. So for like your satellite, you should be diversified. So I have 10 companies in the US that I've invested in on my satellite side, and I've got 5 thematic ETFs. So I still have incredible diversification when it comes to my satellite, and probably 50% of them are not going to pay off, but 50% of them might. So my overall growth might be like 10%. And still, that's not performing better than my core. So understanding that there's so much risk.
Turns out you can't pick the market.
No, and we should just be happy with that average. So I think learning that the satellite is probably not going to pay off in the long term for me, and I should make sure that all of my focus really
But it reiterates the importance of the core.
Yeah, it's like we should be happy with that market average. The average of the market is returning is really good, and we should be like, okay, let's
slay.
Let's keep our money there. And yeah, we can have fun on the side, but don't rely on that as your future wealth. Like you are not going to get rich overnight. And if it does happen to you, it's a random lotto. It is luck.
You won the lottery.
It is luck. Yeah. And you should be grateful that happened to you, but that should not be what you're gaining on. Like,
yeah. And on the flip side, talking about the core, I think that a lot of people own too many ETFs.
Yep. And there's overlap.
Yeah. And they get excited about it. Maybe you heard Brooke mention one, maybe you heard me mention one, then you go add it to what your portfolio is because you just don't want to miss out.
And they're holding the same things.
Yeah. So we need to make sure that there's not too much overlap, because a lot of people do end up with a lot of overlap, which means you're holding multiple ETFs that basically own the same stuff.
Yeah. And you're paying double the management fee. So it's like, can you find an ETF, 1 or 2 or 3, that hold different things that can diversify you even more, and you're not paying as many fees? Like if you're owning 10 ETFs that invest in the same thing, that's great. But then you're paying 1% fee on all of them. It means you're paying 10% fees annually. So really,
what are we doing here?
Yeah, you're losing money. So just niching down your portfolio to what works for you and what is still keeping you diversified and in the right risk profile that's for you.
I feel like in 2025, lots of people have lots of commitment issues.
Yeah.
Like I'm just seeing that as an ongoing theme in the dating world, but mostly in the investment world. And I think that too many people are consistently tweaking their investment strategy because something new pops up or something shiny is there and they don't want to miss out and you get FOMO. Don't be the magpie.
Just have your plan and stick to it. If you did the investing masterclass, you know we believe in sticking to that long-term plan.
Exactly. And you'll hear a lot of, and this takes time. So this is not something that immediately I think that you'll get. Like, you know, I think you have at least 12 different investments, and so do I at this point, just across a whole heap of things. And you won't start there. You'll start with like one ETF, or maybe even you go, look, I'm just going to start with 2 ETFs. I'm going to start with a Australian and an international. And like that's where we all start, right? Like you can't just dive into having.
You will not be an expert on day one.
Yeah. But what I want you to know is that you know exactly about that investment. Like you could tell me exactly why that's in your portfolio, why that was your first pick. You're confident. That might change. You might go, oh, in 2 years I actually ditched that and something happens. But like we've got conviction in our strategy.
I'm standing 10 toes down.
Yeah. And so I think that not actually knowing what is in your investment or why you actually hold it, or I just picked it because it seemed good. Like, yeah, you're not actually helping yourself long term. And the other thing is going back to being a magpie. So like just, you know, I feel like so many of us
stay in your lane, stay with your plan.
I love shiny stuff too. Yep.
We are all guilty of it.
We send each other TikTok trends all the time. We even quote them. It's borderline embarrassing, but like don't get caught up with the hype stocks or any TikTok trends or like random thematics that you think are going to take off, but you actually don't know about that industry.
And you don't believe in it. Just because someone else is doing it doesn't mean it would align to your portfolio. Like you made a plan. Stick with your plan for the long term.
Yeah.
Give it a chance to pay off.
So one more question before we go, because I wanted to make this snappy so that hopefully we've got heaps of content into the future.
Perfect.
How do you know when it's time to make a change? So now you've been investing, you've obviously made lots of changes. Are there signs to look for that tell you, oh, maybe Brooke, this isn't working anymore, or maybe you need to make a change?
Genuinely just believing in it. Like I just looked then, my Beyond is down 97%. Sure.
Lol.
Great. That's not great. But that shouldn't be
your wealth.
I should have got rid of that, but it was my satellite and it was under $100.
See, at this point, like side note, No. If it's down 97%.
Why would you not just keep it, or would you invest a little bit more?
Yeah, so that's where I'm at. And I just like, if it's down
That's
so
my
much,
vibe.
I'm low-key like a hold and just begrudgingly
And that's your
wait
issue with
until it
paradigm.
makes. Yeah.
But I think for me,
Shut
I'm happy to accept the losses and go, wow, great. I've had a loss there. So that means I'm going to get a little bit of money off my tax bill.
Okay,
So
that's a
I'm
good way
fine
to
with
see
that,
it.
And I'm going to realign that money to somewhere that I do believe. So maybe that money I'm going to take and put into Costco because I believe in Costco.
You do
Or maybe
love Costco.
I'm going to go put that money in Adore Beauty or a different company. What are my beliefs changing? Do I still believe in that company? Is it still price valued correctly?
Yeah.
Like, is it overvalued and I'm losing money? Gone. It's gone.
Yeah.
Do I believe that they have longevity? Like, am I looking at that company thinking, oh, in 10 years' time, you're still going to exist? No. Like, if I had Blockbuster in my portfolio, I would have gotten rid of that. It doesn't exist in 10 years.
Yeah, and that's why we have to consistently look at it and think critically about it. And like, you can
We
obviously
are the active manager.
Yeah, but you can also see that I'm quite committed, and I say that about Paradigm, and it's kind of like a running joke because it's like a little bit funny because you would think that someone as financially educated as me would have already gotten
But you
rid
have
of
that
something.
emotional
But I'm kind
attachment
of
to
like,
that share.
yeah, and you're allowed that. So
And
I think that
absolutely, I have
talking
something
about
like that
is
too.
good.
Like, I've read it, and if Reddit was to go down, I probably would still keep it, but it's up to 68%. So
Absolutely.
winner.
Last question for you. And I feel like this is something I struggle with. I know you've struggled with, and a lot of people in our community have struggled with. What would you say to people who have listened to this whole episode, but they still have right now analysis paralysis over what to put in their portfolio?
I think just give yourself room to fail. Like, you are not going to get it right 100% of the time. I've just read out a bunch of you that have lost money. Do I feel shit about those? No, because I'm learning. I have my core portfolio that I feel really confident in, and I'm allowed to have a little bit of fun on the side. I'm investing dividends. That's free money to me. So that's not my money. Sure, I lost $20 on Beyond Meat, but who cares? If it went up to $100, I would have been like, wow, that's really cool. But I wouldn't have had that opportunity if I didn't try. So you can try, you can fail, but just do not bet your house deposit on it. Don't bet your whole life savings. Just have a little bit of fun and make sure it aligns with your risk profile. Yeah, you can invest with $5. You can fractionally invest.
It's very sexy.
Yeah, you can fractionally invest on sharesies.
You can. Brooke, thank you so much for joining me. I think for a lot of people, this episode is going to be like the thing that finally makes investing feel like maybe a little bit less chaotic and a bit more intentional. So I appreciate it, even if it was relatively chaotic and short.
That's okay. We do our best.
If you loved this episode, please make sure that you are subscribed. Leave us a little review. Like, treat our
Send us a
reviews
DM.
as love notes, and I'll read them out on the Friday episode. I'm happy to read love notes about Brooke out on the Friday episode, even though she doesn't feature in them. And make sure that you're subscribed to our show because you won't miss the next one.
And we post these on YouTube now too.
We do. We have a whole YouTube channel.
I know,
It's
so-
giving 2007.
I know. I feel really fun editing those videos. It makes me feel like I'm a YouTuber.
I love it. We're back in that era. You just wait until I'm holding up like my makeup compact to the mirror. And if you've got a friend whose portfolio maybe could use a little bit of a glow up, this is your reminder to send it their way.
I'm sending this episode to Victoria Divine.
Oh God. Paradigm, I'm coming for you. All right, guys, we'll see you on Friday. Bye.
Bye, friends.
The advice shared on She's on the Money is general in nature and does not consider your individual circumstances. She's on the Money exists purely for educational purposes and should not be relied upon to make an investment or financial decision. If you do choose to buy a financial product, read the PDS, TMD, and obtain appropriate financial advice tailored towards your needs. Victoria Divine and She's on the Money are authorised representatives of Money Sherpa Pty Ltd ABN 321 649 27708 AFSL 451289.